All right, so we're talking about getting ready for a jewelry assembler interview.
Which means you're going to be dealing with tiny parts and intricate designs.
Yeah, sounds like it takes a really steady hand.
Definitely a steady hand.
So we're going to dive deep into RoleCatcher's guides.
To help you ace this interview,
We're going to look at some sample questions.
give you some career insights.
And we're also going to reveal how RoleCatcher's AI can give you a secret advantage.
That's right, a secret advantage.
So first things first, let's set the scene.
Yeah.
What does a jewelry assembler actually do?
Well, it's more than just putting pieces together.
Okay.
You could be crafting bracelets, necklaces, earrings, you know, using pliers to link tiny rings,
Yeah.
and maybe even repairing those delicate chains.
Wow.
You're working with these intricate components,
Right.
and often these are precious metals like gold and silver.
Precious metals. Okay.
Precision is key.
Yeah, so when you're answering questions, you want to showcase,
Absolutely.
that dexterity and that meticulous attention to detail.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's jump into some common interview questions that RoleCatcher highlights.
Okay.
And this one you're almost guaranteed to hear.
Okay.
Tell us about your experience with jewelry assembly.
Yeah, this is your chance to sparkle.
Okay.
It's your time to shine.
How do you sparkle in that?
Let's go beyond just listing your past jobs,
Okay.
Have you worked on any personal projects?
Mm-hmm.
Have you dabbled in beading or wire wrapping?
Oh, yeah.
That shows real passion and initiative.
Right. So even if it's not formal experience, it's still showing
Absolutely.
that genuine interest.
It is. And speaking of formal training,
Yeah.
make sure you mention any courses or certifications you have.
Mm-hmm.
But don't worry if you're self-taught.
Right.
Highlight those skills too.
Okay.
Resourcefulness is a huge asset
Resourcefulness.
in this field.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so RoleCatcher also suggests seeking out internships or apprenticeships to gain a real edge. And they even recommend practicing on your own.
Practice makes perfect.
It does, yeah, and that makes sense, right? Because of the intricate nature of the work.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's move on to a question that digs a little deeper. How do you ensure the quality of the jewelry pieces you assemble?
This is all about your eagle eye.
Ooh, I like that. Okay.
That keen eye for detail.
Yeah, and I can see how that would be important.
Absolutely.
Especially when you're working with such small, delicate pieces.
So think about it. They want to know that you're meticulous.
Right.
Walk them through your inspection process.
Okay.
Do you double-check the clasps? Do you examine the alignment of each piece?
Right.
And look for any imperfections?
Wow.
This is also where any experience with quality control procedures could be a real asset.
Oh, okay. So it's like you're not just assembling the piece.
Exactly.
We're also acting as its quality control expert.
Precisely.
Okay. And here's a key insight from RoleCatcher's career guide. 50% of a jewelry assembler's job is actually quality control analysis. So emphasizing that skill shows that you understand the importance of precision and delivering a flawless product.
Absolutely.
Wow. That's a pretty significant chunk of the job. Okay, let's move on to a couple of questions that often come up together.
Okay.
Have you ever worked with precious metals like gold or silver? And how do you keep up with current jewelry trends and designs?
Okay, so honesty is key.
Right.
When it comes to your experience with different metals, if you haven't worked with a specific metal, don't panic.
Okay.
Express your enthusiasm for learning new techniques and materials.
So eager to learn is a great phrase.
It is a great phrase.
To use in those situations.
Absolutely, because it shows adaptability and a willingness to expand your skill set.
Absolutely. Okay, now for the trends question.
Yeah.
Showcasing your genuine interest is key.
It is.
Do you follow any jewelry blogs or Instagram accounts? Have you attended any industry trade shows?
Yeah.
Maybe you subscribe to industry magazines.
Yeah. This is your chance to demonstrate that you're actively engaged in the world of jewelry and that you're passionate about staying ahead of the curve.
Right. It's about showing that you're not just doing the job.
Absolutely.
But you're truly immersed in the craft. Okay, now this next question might seem pretty basic.
Okay.
But it's about demonstrating your fundamental knowledge, the clasp test.
Okay.
Could you explain the difference between a lobster clasp and a spring ring clasp?
Don't let the simplicity fool you.
Okay.
They want to see if you can articulate your knowledge clearly and concisely.
So no rambling.
Exactly, no rambling.
Okay, and this is where RoleCatcher's guides for specific skills come in handy.
They do.
They break down these concepts in a way that's easy to understand and remember.
Absolutely.
So brushing up on your jewelry terminology is a must.
It is a must.
It shows that you've done your homework.
It does.
Okay, getting into the real nitty-gritty now.
Okay.
Questions 6 and 7.
Right.
How do you manage your time when working on multiple jewelry assembly projects simultaneously?
Uh-huh.
And how do you handle difficult or challenging jewelry assembly tasks?
These feel like a real sneak peek into the day-to-day of the job.
They do.
They do.
It's like, okay, this is what I'm actually going to be doing.
Yeah, the interviewer wants to see if you can handle the pressure
Right.
of juggling multiple projects, meeting deadlines, tackling those intricate designs.
Wow. It's all about demonstrating your organizational skills.
It is.
And problem-solving ability.
Absolutely.
So think about a specific example of a challenging task you faced and how you approached it.
Yeah. Did you break it down into smaller, manageable steps?
Right.
Did you consult resources or seek guidance from others?
Right.
Maybe you discovered a new technique in the process.
Right. It's about showcasing that methodical thinking and your ability to find solutions, even when things get tricky.
And remember, maintaining a positive attitude throughout is crucial.
Positive attitude, yes.
Now, here's a question that might require a bit more thought.
Okay.
Can you explain the process for creating a custom jewelry piece?
Okay, this one could be a bit daunting, especially if you haven't had the opportunity to do it professionally.
That's true.
Right.
But even if you haven't created a custom piece from start to finish, you can still demonstrate your understanding of the process.
Okay.
So think about the steps involved.
Okay.
Designing the piece, selecting the right materials, and then, of course, the actual assembly.
And this is where diving deep into RoleCatcher's career guide really pays off.
It does.
Because it provides that detailed overview of each stage of the process.
Yes.
So it gives you that knowledge to confidently answer this question.
They even include insights into the tools and techniques used for custom work. Yeah, so it's all about showcasing that broader understanding of the craft.
Right.
Even if your experience is more focused on specific aspects.
So it shows that you're thinking beyond just your individual role.
Absolutely.
And considering that bigger picture of jewelry creation.
It does.
Okay, now for the final 2 questions in this part of our deep dive.
Okay.
And these are all about finding that perfect balance. How do you ensure that jewelry pieces are assembled to meet production deadlines? And how do you ensure that jewelry pieces are assembled to meet quality standards while maintaining production efficiency?
So it's a delicate dance.
It is.
Between speed and precision.
And those are often competing forces.
It is. We want to see that you can not only work efficiently, but that you can also maintain those high standards of quality.
Right, which are crucial.
Which are so crucial.
Yeah, in this industry.
In this industry.
So how do you achieve that balance? What systems or techniques do you rely on?
This is where you can shine by sharing specific examples.
Okay.
Have you used any time tracking methods to stay on schedule?
Yeah, those can be really helpful for breaking down tasks and allocating your time.
Absolutely.
Effectively.
Have you developed any personal strategies or checklists to ensure consistency and accuracy in your work?
Right.
Maybe you have a system for double checking the clasps.
Right.
Or inspecting each piece before moving on to the next.
It's those little details that can make a big difference.
It is.
In the final product. And it shows the interviewer that you're meticulous. And that you take pride in your work.
Precisely.
This is also a great opportunity to mention any experience you have with continuous improvement methods like lean manufacturing or Six Sigma. These emphasize efficiency and waste reduction.
They do.
Which are highly valued in production environments.
They are.
So it shows that you're not just focused on completing the tasks, but you're also thinking about ways to improve processes and optimize that workflow.
You're a problem solver.
You're a problem solver.
But a proactive one at that.
Okay, that's a good point.
Now, don't forget, every company has their own approach to production and quality.
Right.
So doing your research on their specific methods and values can help you tailor your answers go in line with their company culture.
Right. So it's really showing that you've taken that extra step.
Exactly.
To understand their specific approach, which shows initiative and a genuine interest in joining their team.
It's those little details that can really set you apart.
So we've covered a lot of ground here. And it's clear that thorough preparation is essential for acing this interview.
It is.
But remember, you're not alone in this journey.
That's right.
This is where RoleCatcher's AI can become your secret weapon.
It can.
But we'll delve deeper into that in part 2 of our deep dive.
We will. Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of jewelry assemblers. We're helping you get ready for that interview by, really diving deep into those tricky questions and providing you with insights from RoleCatcher's guides.
Exactly. We covered some, essential questions in part 1, like showcasing your experience and emphasizing that quality control.
Right.
And staying on top of those trends.
Absolutely.
But now we're going to tackle some more advanced questions that really delve into the heart of the jewelry assembler role.
Right.
Starting with question 8.
Okay.
Can you explain the process for creating a custom jewelry piece?
This one can feel daunting.
It can.
Even for someone with experience.
Yeah, it's like they're asking you to reveal all your secrets.
It's true that custom work is a unique skill, and not every jewelry assembler gets that opportunity.
Right.
But even if you haven't personally created a custom piece from scratch, you can still impress the interviewer with your knowledge of the process.
Okay, so how do you approach this question if you're not a custom jewelry pro?
Well, think of it as a chance to show you understand the bigger picture of jewelry creation.
Okay.
You can walk them through the steps, starting with the initial design consultation.
Okay.
How would you gather information from the client about their vision?
Right.
What questions would you ask to make sure you're capturing their style and preferences?
That's a great point.
Exactly.
Because it shows that you're thinking about the customer's needs and you have that collaborative approach.
Exactly.
Which is so important.
It is.
In any job, really.
Then you can talk about translating that vision into a tangible design.
Okay.
Maybe even sketching out a rough concept. This is where your understanding of different jewelry styles and techniques and materials comes into play.
It's a chance to demonstrate that you're not just an assembler.
Yeah.
You're a creative thinker who can bring ideas to life.
Exactly.
And this is where RoleCatcher's Career Guide becomes incredibly helpful. We have a whole section on custom jewelry creation, which includes insights from experienced designers and assemblers.
That's right.
You'll find tips on everything from selecting the right materials to navigating the intricacies of different settings and clasps.
It's like having a cheat sheet for those tricky design elements.
It is.
Yeah.
So even if you haven't done it all yourself,
Yeah.
you can still speak intelligently about the process and demonstrate your knowledge of the craft.
Exactly.
Okay, let's move on to questions 9 and 10,
Okay.
which are all about that delicate balance between speed and precision.
Right.
How do you ensure that jewelry pieces are assembled to meet production deadlines? And how do you ensure that jewelry pieces are assembled to meet quality standards while maintaining production efficiency?
So these questions are basically asking,
Yeah.
how do you work quickly without sacrificing quality?
Right, and that's a challenge a lot of jewelry assemblers face.
Especially in those fast-paced production environments.
Right.
It's a true balancing act.
It is.
And your answers should highlight your organizational skills, efficiency, and commitment to quality.
Right.
So have you ever used any time tracking tools or techniques to help you stay on schedule?
Those can be really helpful for breaking down tasks and allocating your time effectively.
They are.
Yeah.
And have you developed any personal strategies or checklists to ensure consistency and accuracy in your work?
Right, like maybe you have a system for double-checking those clasps.
Right.
Or inspecting each piece before moving on to the next.
Yes, those little details that can make a big difference in the final product.
Right, and it shows the interviewer, that you're meticulous and that you take pride in your work.
Exactly.
This is also a great opportunity to mention any experience you have with continuous improvement methods, like lean manufacturing or Six Sigma, because these methodologies emphasize efficiency.
They do.
And waste reduction, which are highly valued in production environments.
They are.
So it shows that you're not just focused on completing tasks, but that you're also thinking about ways to improve processes and optimize that workflow.
You're a problem solver.
You're a problem solver.
And a proactive one at that.
Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about a topic that often comes up in interviews for creative roles. Inspiration.
All right.
Now, while this isn't a specific question from RoleCatcher's Guide, it's a great opportunity to showcase your passion and knowledge.
I can see how that would be relevant.
Right, because they want to see what sparks your creativity and how you stay inspired in your work.
Exactly.
So think about which jewelry designers or styles you admire. What is it about their work that resonates with you?
Right.
Maybe you're drawn to that intricate metalwork, or perhaps you're fascinated by the use of color and gemstones.
And it doesn't have to be limited to famous designers.
Right.
Maybe you find inspiration in nature or architecture
Right.
or even everyday objects.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Sharing personal sources of inspiration can make your answer more engaging and memorable.
It shows that you have a curious mind and that you're constantly seeking new ways to learn and grow as a jewelry assembler.
Now, before we move on, I want to circle back to something we touched upon earlier.
Okay.
RoleCatcher's AI.
All right.
This technology can be incredibly helpful
It can.
for tailoring your answers and getting personalized feedback, which can be a game changer during interview prep.
Absolutely. Remember, many companies are now using AI to screen resumes.
Right.
And even conduct those initial interviews.
It's true.
So RoleCatcher's AI can help you understand what these systems are looking for and ensure that your application stands out.
And it's so important.
It is.
In today's competitive job market, you want to make sure that your skills and experience are being highlighted in a way that resonates
Absolutely.
with both human recruiters and those AI algorithms.
Precisely.
And it goes beyond just resume screening.
It does.
RoleCatcher's AI can also analyze your video interview practice sessions, providing feedback on your delivery pacing and even your body language.
It's like having a personal coach in your pocket.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, let's talk about a topic that's increasingly important in the jewelry industry.
Okay.
Sustainability.
All right.
While it might not be explicitly mentioned in the interview questions, it's definitely something that forward-thinking employers value.
It's a trend that we're seeing across many industries as companies are becoming more aware of their environmental and social impact.
Right.
And the jewelry industry, with its reliance on precious metals and gemstones, is no exception.
Yeah. So how can a jewelry assembler contribute to a more sustainable jewelry industry?
Well, it starts with awareness.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the concept of ethical sourcing? Do you know where the metals and gemstones you're working with come from?
These are important questions to consider.
They are.
And, doing some research on those ethical sourcing practices can demonstrate your commitment to responsible jewelry production.
It shows that you're not just focused on the technical aspects of assembly,
Right.
but that you also care about the bigger picture.
Right. It's about aligning your values with those of companies that are striving to make a positive impact.
Exactly.
And even if they don't specifically ask about sustainability in the interview, finding subtle ways to weave it into your answers can leave a lasting impression.
It shows that you're not just looking for a job,
Right.
but that you're seeking a role where you can contribute to something meaningful.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground in this part of our deep dive. We delved into some challenging questions, explored the role of AI in interview prep,
Right.
and even touched upon the growing importance of sustainability in the jewelry industry.
But there's still more to uncover.
Okay.
In the final part of our deep dive, we'll wrap things up with some key takeaways and offer some final thoughts to ponder as you continue your interview preparation journey.
Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into preparing for a jewelry assembler interview.
We've covered a lot of grounds, from tackling those tricky questions to harnessing the power of AI.
For a more tailored approach.
And let's not forget those subtle ways you can demonstrate your commitment to sustainability.
Which is increasingly important in the industry.
Absolutely. Now let's shift our focus to something that can truly elevate your candidacy.
Okay.
Your online presence.
Okay.
In today's digital age, it's an extension of your resume.
It's like your virtual storefront showcasing your skills and experience. So a polished LinkedIn profile is a must.
It is. And if you're feeling ambitious, consider creating a portfolio website to showcase your best work.
Oh, a portfolio website.
Yeah, high-quality photos of your pieces, maybe even some short videos demonstrating your techniques.
So you can really make yourself stand out.
You can, and remember, you're in a creative field.
Right.
Let that creativity shine through in everything you do online.
Just as you would in a physical portfolio.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's bring it all together. What are the key takeaways from this deep dive?
Preparation is key. We can't stress that enough.
Right.
Know the likely questions, research the company, and practice your answers.
Until they feel natural.
Natural and confident.
And confident, yeah. And a RoleCatcher has been our guide throughout this journey.
It has. Their career guides provide a deep understanding of the role.
And their AI tools offer that personalized approach.
They do, to crafting your resume and practicing those responses.
And let's not underestimate the power of enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Let your genuine passion for jewelry making shine through.
It's contagious.
It shows the interviewer that you're not just looking for a job, but that you're truly passionate about the craft.
Exactly.
And lastly, always be thinking about how you can elevate the role, contribute to the industry, and make a positive impact.
Those qualities will truly set you apart.
It shows that you're not just skilled, but you're also a forward thinker, invested in the future of the industry.
Exactly.
So as you head into that interview, remember, you got this.
You do.
You have the skills, the knowledge, and the resources to succeed.
Believe in yourself, showcase your passion, and let your unique talents shine.
That's it for our deep dive into preparing for a jewelry assembler interview. We wish you the best of luck in your job search, and we'll be back soon with another fascinating exploration.